Well, Canada, the results are in, and the people have spoken. No, I'm not talking about election results. I'm talking about the results that show just how little any of you care about policy or platforms. No, this election, like many, was voted on vibes. Now, every party has its own vibe. The Greens with their vibe of beloved aunt who's had one too many drinks at the wedding. The NDP with their vibes of the college professor whose class you love, but you wouldn't want organizing a class trip. The Bloc is the dude you have a one-night stand with once every 4 years. Conservatives have the same vibe as that crowd at the end of Frankenstein. And liberals? Banker vibes? Ironically, I think one of the labels the conservatives tried to stick to the liberals, more of the same, is exactly what liberal voters wanted: stability in a time of chaos. Now, voting on vibes isn't something new, but it continues to be something stupid. You're voting with the same seriousness as a high school student council election. Coincidentally, I have a personal anecdote that is the perfect cautionary tale. The year was 1993, and a hotly contested student election was reaching its climax. Like our federal election, this was a multi-party affair. There was the guy from the smoking section, whose platform was to bring Pantera to the school. I think his cousin was one of the roadies. There was the guy from shop class, whose platform was to replace the fire extinguishers lost in the incident. There were the nerds, who promised to do things that student council can actually do, like pizza lunches and better music for the school dance. And the cool guy, who, much like Justin Trudeau, ran on little more than his hair and a smile, and won. However, before his administration could take office, he robbed the gas station he worked at. And I don't mean he, stole from the till. He went in on his day off with a ski mask or pantyhose on and held the place up. He's like, "Give me all your money." And they're like, "Skippy, isn't that you?" And speaking of liberal corruption, I'm not an expert on all of the scandals that have befallen the Liberal Party over the years. What little I know, they are at best massively incompetent when it comes to overseeing government funding agencies. And that's exactly the kind of party that needs to be held accountable. Now, how do you do that if you don't know what they promised to do or how they're planning to do it? How will you judge them in the next election? The thing you care about isn't better, so they're to blame? I mean, it's not too late to read up on what you just elected, because democracy isn't just about rights, it's about responsibilities. In Canada, the vibes you're giving me right now ain't great. And now, if you'll excuse me, it's my day off.